Mardi Gras! And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. Tonight we are joined by several of the lovely ladies of the Mystic Vixens. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
So, tell us a little bit about the origins of the crew. How'd y'all come to be?
Well, we formed in 2018, and we are a Stevie Nicks inspired dance group.
All right.
We only dance to classic rock, a little bit of alternative rock, and a little bit of country. So,
Okay.
I noticed that about y'all, that typically had the not typical dance group music.
Yeah, we wanted to be different. We wanted to stand out. Yeah.
We like the uniqueness for sure.
So, what was the founding like? You know, I mean, was it some girls getting together having wine and decided, hey, we've been watching these people dance on the parade route. I mean, how'd that go?
I actually belong to another dance team,
Okay.
and it was fun. I had a great time, but I wanted something different. Like, after being out there and seeing the groups and the beautiful costumes, and I thought, let's do something different. So my husband was, he was just like, just do it. Stop talking about it. Just do it.
Okay.
We started off really small. I think
Really
we had
small.
12 ladies. So we are now a team of 29.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
That must have almost everybody participating each time. It seems like, what if guys y'all were a bigger group than that?
Yeah, pretty much everybody participates. Unless they have something else planned before that time. But we already know we're participating in something months before it
oh
happens.
yeah,
So
the events are listed as.
we're really good at that.
Yeah.
Johnny's really good at that.
As you were telling us before the show that, you participate in a lot of things outside of Mardi Gras. What do you have coming up?
We have, we actually are participating in a dance-off in a couple of weeks with the North Shore Knockouts. They've invited us to participate. We'll also be participating in the First Responders event at Mardi Gras World at the end of September. But we have 2 Halloween parades, Veterans Day parade, and several Christmas parades on the calendar. So,
Full.
Yeah, it's a full
Already.
dance schedule.
And we also have some charity events that go on in the mix of those too. We have a costume giveaway that we do with the 1031 Consortium in Baton Rouge. It helps to deliver costumes to children who may be less fortunate, or for anyone in the community who may need one. We do that. We do a lot of the different events around the community with, I think we've got one coming up with, what is it? Their first one that we have next week. We have the costume giveaway. And
we're doing the Alzheimer's Walk in
that's
Maryville.
what I was thinking about. I was like, oh no, we've got something coming up soon.
We work a lot with the Jefferson Parish Council on Aging here.
Okay.
We did a fan drive over the summer for residents that don't have air conditioning in their homes. And we just did a big drive for like adult daycare, not daycare.
Adult diapers and stuff.
Yeah, adult
Personal
care
needs.
items, yes. Yeah.
All right. That's really applaudable. With y'all's dance moves, how do y'all come up with your dance routines? Is it just one person? Is it
Johnny.
Okay.
I get help from some of the
Sometimes
ladies,
some of the other girls will make up
Yeah.
a dance routine.
but yeah.
But most of them come from Johnny's brain.
Yeah. I like to choreograph while I'm in the shower.
I
She
wasn't
always
gonna
tells
tell
us, practice in your bathroom. That's the
I like
best
wasn't
place.
That's a
That's
That's a risk waiting to happen.
You can see yourself in the mirror. See what you're looking like on the parade route. Right?
Yeah.
Are y'all all female?
Yes, yes. And we have our security team. We call them the Wolf Pack.
Okay.
That's our husbands, our boyfriends. We have a few ladies that are in the Wolf Pack. They don't want to dance or get dressed up. They just want to come and help and, hang out with us. But, yeah. Why, are you interested in joining?
Yeah. Come on.
Our Mardi Gras schedule is so overwhelming already, but yes.
I can imagine. Awesome.
What How many dances do I have to learn to try out?
As many as you want.
All of them?
You can learn all.
We just
We
gotta
will
learn
teach you.
one dance to try out.
try out.
And then if you make it, then you gotta learn 50?
Yeah.
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Y'all do that many?
We have a lot.
Wow.
Well, because we have the Halloween themes, we have the Christmas theme, you know, and then we have just the regular parade.
I want to say most are in the, what, 10 range?
Yeah.
Something
Oh,
like that?
no,
No, we've got way more than that.
no.
That's a lot.
We circulate them around. So, yeah.
What's the like the joining process or the audition process like? You know, how do y'all bring in new members?
You usually just have to go to our website and there's an application there. And we have certain times during the year where we have auditions and they can come and audition once they've filled out an application. We just got to come and hang out with the girls and learn a couple dances and then we just pick.
Yeah. We encourage ladies to come and, I guess, be a part of the wolf pack, so to speak, you know, before auditions. So then that way they can, you know, see the parades that we do, meet the ladies on the team and, you know, just kind of form a relationship. Because, you know, we hear it all the time, and I'm sure other groups do too, when you're on the parade route. Oh, I can do that. I can dance like that. I want to join. I want to join. But when it comes down to it, you know, it's totally different when you come to auditions and you have to, you know, dance.
Yeah, like, go.
Yeah, it is. It's a commitment too, right?
Yes.
You build a sisterhood, and it is a commitment that when we ask you when you join, you know, are you committed to work up until Mardi Gras? Like, are you willing to do the Christmas parades and the Halloween and our charity events, right? So it's not just, we're not just a team for Mardi Gras. We're for all seasons.
Yeah, you don't want people who are just going to be coming in, you know, for that 2 weeks and then
Correct.
you don't see them again until next January. you know?
Absolutely,
Right.
yeah. And we do have some kind of set requirements, right? You do have to have charity events, and you do have to, you know, meet the practices and be engaged in order to participate in Mardi Gras. So it is a full year-long practice where you build amazing family and relationships.
Oh, you have to
Yeah.
be engaged to try out?
No, not that kind of engaged. I mean, you could be. Some of us aren't, but you know, engaged in, you know, communication, you know, events, you know, wanting to hang out with each other.
So I noticed that each one of y'all's hats they're very similar, but each one has its own flair, shall we say? You know,
Yes.
you know, is that part of the process? I guess is that you design your hat as well.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, yeah, and
'cause
it,
the hats are very, you know, that's one of like I would say the eye-catching things about y'all. You know, is you know when you notice the to lack of better words, the top hat. Style.
You mean the fishnets are not
well,
the thing,
well,
right?
You know, I mean,
It's hard to
I know, right?
It's the top hat, not the
It's
leather
the top
boost.
hat, not the boots,
I know.
right? Got it.
but you know what I mean. Like it's
Absolutely.
I wanted the ladies to not have a typical uniform costume. So we all have the matching corsets. We all, of course, have the matching fishnets, but the shirt underneath and even the skirts are a little different, and the hats. I wanted
Yeah.
them to be able to design their own hat so that it's their personality.
okay.
So
Do y'all do that at one of your practices, or is it
we hold
once
that.
you get your hat,
You're in.
you design it at home and bring it back
Once you
in?
get your
You know
hat,
what I
you're
mean?
in.
Like,
You're in.
We actually have a hat decorating party.
Okay.
And even the ladies that have been on the team, you know, already that already have a hat, they can either create a new one or they can just come and help the new ladies with theirs.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like a team building.
Yeah, it's a way for us to get together and get to know the new recruits and
Sure.
enjoy each other's
And see who
company.
looks good.
Yeah.
And see who
we
can
all
build a
bring
better hat, right?
Well, we bring a dish. Each brings a dish,
Yeah.
so we get to
And
sample
we're like,
each
okay,
other's.
you bring that next time. You bring that.
And you get to bring pizza next time.
Right. So I know that during the Mardi Gras season as well, y'all march in a bunch of different parades. Do y'all have any idea of what parade y'all going to be participating in this year, or are y'all starting to get an eye on?
We're starting to get invitations. A lot of the crews that we have not participated in the past are starting to reach out, which is good.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
You know, so we may change it up and do a few new ones this year on our schedule. So, you know, We
Do
have
you
a-
have any particular favorite that y'all do on a regular basis, or is it always kind of a rotating?
I'll let you pick yours first.
Yeah, and it's obviously
If
not a
it's not
slight
during
saying
Mardi Gras.
the others are garbage
Town
or
is
whatever.
not
Oh,
just,
no.
That,
you know,
that
there's
is the
some-
Mardi Gras parade.
there may be something special about that one parade that
Spanish,
that every
Spanish
year it
Town.
means something special to you now.
Spanish Town in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a fun one.
That's their biggest parade of Mardi
Yeah.
Gras season. We do
that
that
one
one
is
every
fun.
year. Yes.
Is there any particular reason why it's different?
It's just fun. It's vibrant. Everybody's the energy. The
colorful,
energy is just
yeah.
Yeah.
crazy.
We've noticed going from different cities that the crowds are totally different.
They are.
My personal favorites are the one in Bay St. Louis. Again, it's just the crowd, you know. They're all great, but each one of us have a different favorite.
I would say mine would be the Crew of Celine in Slidell.
Okay.
Like that was a wonderful parade. It's a night parade that we do,
Uh-huh.
and it's really family oriented. And when you turn those curves and you see all those families out there and they're yelling for you, it just makes it feel so wonderful, right? I really enjoyed that parade last year.
Yeah, we had actual comment last year because the ladies had come on a couple of times, and we got to know them, and so we got on you. That's where our hubcap came from.
Awesome.
But but we were like at the very beginning, so
Okay.
we caught y'all
Really,
there.
really nice parade. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. I think for me, like when we did the Halloween parade in Bay St. Louis last year,
That
when
was
we
fun, too.
came around one of the corners, there was a little girl, she maybe 8, 9 years old. She goes, "Look, Mommy, it's the rock and roll girls." So they remembered us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do y'all pick what songs y'all are gonna dance to? Is it basically solely you that's deciding them, or
No.
do different people come in and say, "Hey, I think that we should do a dance to, I don't know, When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin," or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And if they do that, then Johnny says, "We'll try it." You make up the routine.
yeah,
You like
Well,
that song? You make some steps.
The most important thing is that it has to have a beat that we can march to.
right.
Because you may pick a song that everybody loves, but if it's too fast or it's too slow with the tempo, then we can't really use it.
Yeah, you don't want to have a song where you're sprinting through the dance
gosh, no.
moves. You know?
We've done that before.
No, we don't want to run. We're marching. We're not running.
Yeah. And that's one of the, I guess, not a requirement, but a good thought process for the ladies that do audition is your stamina. Because we do 1 mile parades all the way up to 7 mile parades. So, that's important that you are able to do those. And
Yeah, well, I don't think a lot
Especially
of
in the
people
heat,
realize, too.
inclement weather too.
yeah.
Because you never know what weather's going to be when you're doing it.
Mad Hatters last year was an example of that. It was cold and rainy and
Brutal.
dark,
Oh.
and the parade stopped, and we're standing there, and we're like, okay. But it was great. We enjoyed it. But
Yeah, plus, I mean, beyond the parade, you're getting out there early, standing around for an hour. I mean, that's it.
that was one of
It's a whole
my
day.
reasons for joining. Like, I love Mardi Gras. I love participating in the parades. I love being out with the crowds and seeing the sights and the costumes. And I thought, why not join, right? Why not be a part of it? Create relationships with these wonderful ladies and get out there with them, right? And do that. So now not only do I get to go to the parades, I get to actually participate and engage in them, right? It makes it so much easier for you to be out there and be a part of something.
Yeah.
So I encourage every lady who wants to try. Doesn't matter if you have dance experience or not. Come on out, give us a try. When the auditions start up, fill out that application. We'd love to see you.
So I know one of the days that I had initially, I guess, offered for doing the interview happened to be y'all's practice day. So y'all practice every week, or?
We do. We took a little bit of a break over the summer where we weren't practicing every Thursday. But now that September is right around the corner, and we also hold boot camps once a month. So it'll be a Saturday or a Sunday where we're just out there for hours, just going over everything, technique, form, everything.
Yeah, we want to look good, right?
Yes.
Y'all look good.
Thanks.
It's obvious that you practice and have your stuff together.
Yeah.
What's what's something that you would recommend to a prospective member to prepare them for the marching and the dancing and I mean,
Most of the
I
time
know
she tells
it's
us we
very
should walk.
strenuous.
Walk your neighborhood.
Walk your neighborhood.
Walk your neighborhood. Get that stamina up.
You gotta
Summertime,
dance it.
jump
I
in
mean,
the pool.
walking is not gonna work. You gotta be in costume and dancing.
You never know.
so.
You're
Yeah.
dancing. The next thing, the people in front of you are too far ahead. Now you're
You're
running
running.
to catch up with them. So you should just walk.
Yeah.
All types of weather. Just walk.
Yeah.
Jump in the pool.
Yeah, and it's not about your body type or your size. It's just about your desire to be a part of something, like Kelly said, and just coming with a great attitude and just wanting to be a part of it. We have ladies that we talk to at work, or and they'll say, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't put that costume on. Not necessarily ours, but any." And I always tell them, when you put this costume on, you're someone different. You're like
Yeah.
a celebrity, so to speak, because strangers want to come up and take pictures with you. They want to video and send to their families, and things like that. So it is a really cool experience.
It is. Yeah, you become, like Johnny said, you become someone else. It's a completely different world,
Yeah.
right? You get to be someone that you normally would never do in day-to-day life, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's actually a lot of fun.
So, are both of y'all also founding members or original members?
I am.
Okay.
I'm an OG.
An OG.
Not me. I've only had 1 year experience, so I'm
Okay.
I'm not a rookie, but I'm not a newbie again. So
And what drove you into picking this group out of? I mean, let's face it. There's
yeah.
hundreds. There's
Absolutely. So no, like I actually had a team member or a colleague that was part of one in Baton Rouge, and so I thought about joining them. I was living in Baton Rouge at the time. And they're really good friends. Johnny's really good friends with the captain there. And so they would post some Mystic Vixens stuff on their website. And I saw the audition, and I thought, this is probably a really good group for me. I love classic rock music. I love the uniqueness, the different. It's not the the hip hop type music, which is great too, but something that I'm just not personally into. And so I showed up for the audition, and they were wonderful to me, very welcoming and all-inclusive, and just made me feel like I was already a part of the team, even though I wasn't at the time, right? And so tried out, made the team, and just have been here ever since. And I told them they're not going to get rid of me anytime soon, so they're stuck with me. So. But no, it's just a really good group of people. I mean, we come from all different backgrounds, and it's just a really good family, right? I enjoy everybody that I dance with. Our routines they can be a little tough, don't get me wrong, but if we're walking, if we're really engaged in that piece and dancing, it's a lot of fun. If you mess up on the parade route, who's gonna know anyway, right?
Just walking, people 10 feet down the street don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And we have ladies, I mean, at the time, like Kelly said, she was living in Baton Rouge, so we have members from Baton Rouge, we have members from the West Bank, we have members from Metairie, New Orleans, and we have a new lady this year from Picayune, Mississippi, and we have Slidell ladies, so,
And that poor lonely little Hammond people over there in
That's
Hammond.
true.
The Hammond girls.
they all have. I would go so far as to say the southeast covered pretty much. I mean.
Yeah, and we rotate our practices every week. So, we go to Hammond one week. We're here in Metairie. We go to Slidell, and we go to Mandeville. So, it allows everybody to drive a little bit, and we all hang out together.
And we carpool. So we have a young lady that lives in Central that lived close to me, and we would meet up and go to the parades together. We have Slidell ladies that carpool, South Shore. So we come from all over. And we make the parade route in the area as well, not just the New Orleans area or Covington and Mandeville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
because
met y'all at the
Blood drive.
at the blood drive for what's the keep on this.
Rolling
Sassy
Elvi?
Racks and the
Rolling
Rolling
Elvi.
Elvi.
Yeah, hell,
yeah,
So you saw us dance and perform?
did we? I don't know if we
Yeah.
got there. in
Like the
time.
6th on the roster.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
yeah. Last year was our first year. I know that was their first year doing it as well, but we had such a great time. I was very happy that they invited us back.
Yeah, that's a great event. I mean, they
It
really.
is.
It's funny to me when you walk in and everybody's in costume and everything. And it's like, yes, let's go. But then I leave and go, oh, it's like 6 more months, you know.
Yeah, the adrenaline starts rushing. Everybody just looks so good, and it's for such a good cause, right? So blood drive, and it gives us a chance to get together, and it's not a competition, right? It's just a talent showcase,
Exactly.
and that's what I love about it. You know, because all the teams are unique. We all have our different flavor, and to be able to put that out there and perform it for our community is just so much fun.
I've always liked how, groups like yourselves always kind of network together for that kind of thing because, I mean, just the more the merrier, number one, but it just makes the event so much more successful.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really inspiring to me about the dance and march groups is that, so often when y'all do charity events, fundraisers, things like that, to see how many of the other groups come out and support each other, to where, I know at, auditions for different groups, you'll see members from, possibly 10, 11 different groups. It may not be all, 50 people or however many people that group has, but they'll have representation from all these different groups out there to support their, through lack of better words, their sisters, their brothers, So that's really cool to me.
Yeah.
I don't think most people realize that happens. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I was a little surprised by it. Because we go to quite a few gatherings like that and balls and what have you, and it's always like that. There's always 20 groups present.
Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in a dance team, you're going to find something that's your niche, right? And then, you get to know other people in other groups, and you just wind up supporting each other. When they have events and we get invited to go, we go, right? And then hopefully they will come to some of ours as well. So.
Yeah. That's how I became friends with the team captain of the Baton Rouge Beignets. I saw that there was a group, and I reached out to her and I said, hey, I'm Johnny, and I'd like to get to meet you and your team, and we've been friends ever since, and we just network that way. And that's one of the things that when the ladies come to auditions, when we hold an interview as well, and that's what I tell them, make sure that not just for us, but take a look at all of the groups, not just the dance groups, but the walking crews as well, and if it turns out that maybe you're not really quite sure if you want to dance, there are so many other teams out there that dress in costume and walk, but look at everybody,
Yeah.
So,
Yes, you will find something that you like. There's a little bit of everything out there.
sure.
Like for me, I like riding a couple of parades, but I prefer just to be a spectator too.
Yeah.
That's kind of my place.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you catch all this cool stuff too. So there you go.
We're very discerning because we go to like everything, so we can't bring home everything.
Right.
I don't want it.
Well, that's when you just meet us at the end of the parade route and give us your cool stuff you don't want, right?
No,
So we can say we caught that ourselves.
well, like a hand decorated item, we cherish that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're both
Yeah.
balloon collectors, so I wanted to blend. But beyond that, I don't want anything else. Cups.
Yeah, it's hard to stash cups on in our costumes. So
Yeah, speaking of throws, do y'all have like a little token or whatever that you give to?
Not yet. We're
Spectators?
still trying to figure that one out. So our I guess our mascot, so to speak, is a fox because we're vixens.
Mhm.
So I'm still researching that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a collection of roulala spoons.
that is cool.
I promise. First time I figure it out, y'all will get
We're
one.
gonna get one, and we're gonna be set. It's gonna be set right in the middle,
There you go.
I guarantee
front
you.
and center.
Do y'all do like a ball event?
Not yet. That is also in discussions. I would love to do well, it's too late now, but a summer dance party before all the other balls kick off. We're all about dressing up in costume, not necessarily ours. So, it's just trying to find a good time during the year to do it.
Yeah.
And I think now that we've got a bigger group too, that might be something we can do in the
Yeah,
future.
we love to attend all the other ones.
Oh yeah, any
Yeah.
invitations, bring them on.
Yeah, I
We're ready.
see y'all at all the different, you
Yeah.
know, like Kirk said, we go to several balls and, fundraising events and things like that, to where, we see y'all at pretty much most of them, if not all of them. Let's see, how can people follow y'all online?
Kathy.
They could go to MysticVixens.com. They can look us up on Facebook, or do we have it on Instagram too?
We
Yeah.
do. Yes.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
Or just chase you down the street as you pass.
Yeah, bright purple wigs. You can't miss us.
And we'll pass out cards during the parade. We'll get the
Yep.
Wolf Pack to pass them out, so they can get in touch with us.
yeah.
Do y'all know offhand how far y'all go in a given year? Like, what's the distance danced?
That's
a
it.
great
No,
question.
yeah. We'll have to get one of the guys to map that out because we dance in Baton Rouge, Picayune, Gulfport, Metairie, and possibly Morgan City this year.
And our parade links, but they range from, small, 1.5, to like 6. Like I think we did the Gretna Irish Italian Parade last year, their first one back since COVID. And it was wonderful. It was long, but it was wonderful, Hopefully we'll get invited back this year. So looking forward to
The
that.
reason I asked is just I remember one of the groups, the leader or what have you, had like a Fitbit or one of those tracker things on, and she said, "Yeah, I actually kept track of that, and through the 7 parades or however many it was that they marched that year, she was like, yeah, we did 31.6 miles or something. It was
That's a good thing
it was
to do. I
something
didn't think
crazy
about
like
that.
that to
Yeah.
where I was like, wow."
Yeah, I mean, there's several of us that wear the Fitbits, and at the end of the parade, we'll say, "Oh my God, we had 17,000 steps," or
Right.
however. But I've never
Now
thought
let's
to
go
put them
eat
together.
Mexican, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go have margaritas now.
Worked it all out. You have to get it back.
We'll have to do that this
Where are
year.
we
That's a
going
great
to eat?
idea.
Where are we going to eat?
That's always the first question when we get to the beginning of a parade. Where are we going to eat after?
So that's a big tradition for y'all,
Oh,
is
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
getting going after the parade and celebrating at the
That's
restaurant.
that's
or
Kathy's
bar.
Those of us,
job.
yeah, those of us that don't fall out. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have any members that have issues with the walking thing, but it's so nice to go after the parade and have margarita because your adrenaline is so pumping still. So
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of like the party after the party.
We go to a lot of different parades sometimes just because, coming from Slidell back here to see a parade, we'll end up way at the end. And to me, it's fun to watch the groups as it disband because it is like a strange release. When everybody finishes up, they're like dead and then, woo, all right. And then
Right.
it feels like they're back alive all of a sudden. Like,
Oh, when
Once
the,
you get the wig off.
Once you take the wig off, and you feel that coolness, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go for it now.
Yes, indeed.
And like I said, the crowd hypes you up so much that it causes that adrenaline rush. So by the
Yeah,
time
they
the
really
parade's over, you're like, I want to do it again, even though you just walked 5.5 miles, and stopped and started. So it felt like 10. But yeah, you always want to do it again.
How many people have y'all had that have been inspired to hit y'all up on the parade route? To where like the next audition after the carnival season or after Halloween, what have you, they're like, sign me up.
yeah, we've had several. We've had a few of our members on the team now that came and helped us for a parade holding the banner or walking with the water bottles, and the lady that joined this year from Picayune.
She's new.
Her husband's in the military, so he transferred back home. He's from New Orleans, and she wrote this really lovely write-up about us after seeing us in the Celine parade. And she messaged me personally and said, "We are moving back, and I want to be on your team." So she was not available the day that we had auditions, but we gave her a private audition.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah. So.
That worked out good, too.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a perfect
great.
fit.
And she already had purple hair, so.
Exactly.
So So she doesn't even need the
She
wig.
doesn't need the wig.
Big
No.
time wigs.
And this is my hair. You didn't notice.
I wish I'd dye mine purple in a minute, but
I would
not
too.
at work. I
I
can't
don't
have
think
it.
they like that at work either.
Do you have any other questions?
No,
Yeah.
Y'all need to make a road trip over to Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Spanish
sad
Town.
to say I've never made the Spanish.
Spanish Town falls a day after Celine, so this past year was our first year doing Celine, and that was a team vote. A lot of the events that we do, I don't ever make a sole decision because these ladies, you know, I want them to know that their thoughts and their votes count, because I can't say yes to your parade and only show up with 5 ladies. I need to make sure that they're all interested in
Right.
attending. So this year when we were invited to Celine, I brought it to the team and, you know, I said, hey, look, we do Spanish Town every year. So that means that we're going to do a night parade and turn around and get up really early the next morning and head to Baton Rouge. And
Yeah.
they said yes, so we did it.
And
So-
it was awesome. Now we were dead on Sunday, but,
Oh,
it,
yeah.
was, but it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, everybody was in
Wouldn't
the
have
tub
traded
with
it.
ice and.
Yeah, that icy hot in the
Yeah,
legs.
right.
Yeah, we all smelled like Ben Gay afterwards.
Yeah.
It was bad. No, it
And
was
a margarita.
wonderful.
And a margarita.
And a margarita.
Yeah, so we make an effort to do slide out. The couple parades that we go there, Titans,
Besides,
Side, and Celine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh, but like I said, you have to like choose because like
You
just
can't
to
be
go see
everywhere.
Celine,
Parades.
we can't go to other stuff. I mean, you know, but we wanted to see that parade, so of course we went.
Great.
Yeah, we,
It's always which one are we gonna go to? You know,
Well, that's when you look at our schedule and you're like, we're going to go to that one and that one and that one.
just gotta follow you.
yeah. We've been invited this year, this will be our first year, doing the Crew of Olympia in Covington.
okay.
So, you know, that'll be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we're expanding and trying new things
Yeah, I
And
mean,
growing.
and growing.
I don't know if we've had another group that does so many different towns like that. Some kind of, it's either uptown, a couple of them will do, you know, maybe a slide out or something. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at our team members, we are all from everywhere, right? Baton Rouge, South Shore, Slidell, you know. So we like to represent where we live too, right? And so they all have different parades. So that's what I love about this team. We're willing to go where every lady lives, right? If we live in Slidell, if we live in Baton Rouge, if we live in South Shore, you know, we're willing to do a parade to represent your hometown, right? So that's kind of how I see it. If we go to Hammond and do the Christmas parade, we're going to Hammond, right? Slidell, Baton Rouge, Metairie.
We did Druids a couple years ago, which
I
was
liked it.
yes, but that was also the year I guess not Nick's. What was the parade that rolled after it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Nick's. Where they
It was Nick's, yeah.
Where they had the accident, yeah, and so
And everybody's having to scramble to get out of there. It was really
yeah,
tough.
that was rough getting out of the city.
Y'all have probably finished by then. Huh?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, but we have Sarah
Yeah.
rode in Nick's, and she was on the float right behind the one that.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, but we're very happy to see the other cities come back with parades like the West Bank, you know,
Yeah.
and the ones, you know, just
That Gretna one was awesome. Or Irish
Yeah.
Italian, I really enjoyed that one.
yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I went to that one last year. That was a nice parade. I didn't think I've ever been to that one before.
I think it was their inaugural.
Was it?
It was their
Yeah.
very first one.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I've never been to it.
Yeah.
It was really great. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, seeing that rebirth of, you know, West Bank Mardi Gras, it's exciting for me because, you know, it means there's new crews, there's
Right.
you know new ideas that are coming out, new concepts, things like that. You know, so you know, and even the new parades that are popping up out here in you know Metairie and you know, even with Kenner getting ISIS, you know, a few years ago. That's you know, it's really exciting to see you know, that growth spurt that we're seeing. With
Well, it reminds me of like how Mardi Gras in New Orleans used to be, where they were kind of all over different neighborhoods. And then they kind of put them all on that one route. To me, took a little charm out of them. I mean, I get the reason, logistically, but it was more fun the other way, because it was, you were in different towns, it's different. I mean, different parts of town. It was just a different feel,
Yeah.
Again, everybody wants to represent where they live, right? So it's nice to have a little bit of home where you go, right? I see that in Mardi Gras every time. I mean, it is family oriented. It's a lot of fun, and you see the same people in the same spots every year.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a way of people to get together and celebrate culture.
Act like a fool.
That's too.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
doing it, so you're not really.
Again,
perfectly fine.
you dress up in costume and you get to be somebody that you would not normally be, right? It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we enjoy with riding in a parade is that how often do you get to ride on the back of essentially a truck?
Yeah.
And throw to complete strangers, and that, like you said, when y'all are marching down the street, you're a rock star, you're an all-star that everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to get a picture with you, everybody wants to scream your name. It's the same kind of premise with riding on that float, to where people see you holding up a teddy bear
Or a cabbage.
a
You're like,
cabbage
throw me a
or
cabbage.
whatever
And you're like,
yeah.
nobody would ever throw me a cabbage during the day. Like in July. I don't want cabbage. Throw it to me in March. I'll take it.
My house is right off the route, the Metairie Road route.
Uh-huh.
So my whole family shows up every year, and of course they all want to catch a million cabbages.
Right.
But they don't want a million.
What are you going to do after that?
Every year I end up with like 50, 60 cabbages.
That's when you have a,
Get his address. We're
that's when you
going.
have a big shrimp boil and just throw it all in there, right?
Like even the food banks are like, we don't need it anymore. Like,
Cabbage and a
bank.
crawfish boil's not so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank y'all so much for coming and joining us today.
Oh,
Thanks for having
absolutely.
us.
Yeah.
We always enjoy hearing the stories behind the different crews and the different styles of the different dance groups. So it's real enjoyable for us, and I really appreciate y'all coming out.
Oh,
Join us
thank you
today.
so much
Thank
for
you.
inviting
Thanks for
us.
having
Having
us.
us.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, if anybody listens to this, if you want to be a member of the Mystic Vixens, apply. Come out in our auditions next year. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. Or come help us out in the upcoming parades.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can definitely use the volunteers to help. Sure.
Oh, yeah. Especially in Spanish Town.
You got to come to Spanish Town next year. Got to try it out.
You got to
It's a
come.
really
It's
great
so
parade.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Sure.
Signing out. We will see you on the route.